Hi TIs, I just wanted to share my sensitization with you. Um, I do get red sensitization, but not all the time. Sometimes it can be purple, yellow, different colours, or sometimes red in all in one go. Um, I also started getting sensitized by a lot of minis recently. Um, yeah, so what happened was I was working for a company and there was a mini parked outside. It was in a bright colour and I just looked at it once or twice and then I just got bombarded with minis after, but it happened slowly. So at the time, this was like 2 or 3 years ago, and minis were very rare. You never saw them on the streets. And then later on, as I was driving in with someone, every time around the corner, slowly minis just popped up from nowhere, whether they were driving by or just parked in a parkway. But they were various colours. But on this specific day, which I'm going to show you soon, most of them were red. So I'll show you in step by step. In order of the sensitization, I was shown a blue mini on a night just before I was watching a video on a computer, and then there was a red mini parked in a driving park on the way to my appointment, and then I was bombarded with mini ad magazines on the table just before I had my appointment. Then on the way back from my appointment, as I was walking home, they put this empty baby carrier in the middle of a driveway. Well, they didn't put it there, but I just know they did because it was just there and there was no one around it, and they usually do this in the past. They place these empty baby carriers there and it's like there's no purpose to it. And then heading back home, there was a red mini parked in my street area to sensitize me again, which is bizarre. And just to note, these pictures were a long time ago, but at the time I didn't focus too much on this. I was focusing on something else, so I saved these and I was going to talk about them later on, but my mind had other important things to talk about, gangstalking, and over time it's just gone so extreme. There's literally a lot of minis in my street area, and how it works is they sell the minis to the people, therefore it goes undetected, so therefore their sensitization to me goes undetected to make it look like it's something normal. So they go around selling minis to a lot of people, which there's nothing wrong, you sell a car, a person buys it, there's nothing wrong with that, but the real intention behind it is they do it so they can sensitize people. Bizarre. And it's just the same with perps as well. Sometimes they don't even know they're on it when they're wearing red. It's just because they've been systematically been transferred there or located there, or maybe moved house near you just to sensitize you. It's bizarre. It's very extreme, bizarre. It's the intention behind it all. It's completely bizarre. I remember 3 years ago that there was hardly no minis in my city, and then suddenly many people were just getting minis. And when I was checking videos of other cities, I was really awakened by other cities because they didn't have as much minis. Therefore, this brings me back to Leeds a long time ago when the city didn't have as much as minis, just like other cities. So I could tell that there was a really big difference. So something was happening here. I also wanted to add that lately, when I went to some special function in London on the motorway, I was bombarded with minis at one point. So you get many cars passing by on the motorway, and then at one time the roads were just a bit more clear of cars, and I had like roughly about more than 20 minis passing by, but not all at one go. So it'd be one every minute, but you'd be you'd just be within that 10 minutes, within that moment, it wouldn't be for hours, but it would just be for within that 10 minutes where so many would go by. And I know why they did this, because usually when I'm relaxing in the car or having a good time or talking to someone, they usually just bombard me with sensitization, or it can be other harassment sometimes. And because I was going to a function, and it was like one of these good time functions, so they don't like that, and they don't like other people having a good time. I mean, I really have a good time, so I just don't understand. I don't have it like every time, but they still sort of harass you even when you have just that odd good time with your family. Really bizarre. It just probably goes to show that there's no happiness in their life. It's like completely misery, full of problems. But that's the way they class life. But I don't see there's any life in there. There's no progression in there. So I guess when someone's having just even one odd good time in their life, which is very rare, they don't even like to see them have that, because they don't have no happiness in their life apart from problems. So it's really extreme and bizarre. I also wanted to add that lately, when I went to some special function in London, I also wanted to add that lately, when I went to some special function in London. Thanks for watching, and share if you can in small detail in the comments, as small as possible. Just because I'm trying to read more comments in a small amount of time. Just share if you experience sensitization with minis as well. And just to add, I saw one TI with a video that showed he was getting sensitized with minis and SUVs, but that was the only one TI I saw, and I didn't see any other TIs. Thanks, and that's it for now.